Shayna,
Hi.
you in the building? This is crazy. We got Shayna, and she's the owner of Bask and Lather Co. But we just got to get into it. So you just told me, tell them how much you did revenue so far.
Yes, in 2.5 years, we did $16 million in e-commerce sales.
Yeah, so under 3 years,
Yes.
16 million. I ain't never heard nothing like that in my life. Science says only 8% of people achieve their goals. What makes some people successful and others stay stagnant? How do we identify the qualities and skills necessary to elevate our lives? Well, that's what I want to talk about. That's what my energy is all about. My goal is to help inspire people to be their best selves. These conversations will help people identify their best qualities, bring them out, and understand how to develop plans to achieve their goals. I'm Kayla B, and welcome to the Big Boss Energy Podcast. So we're going to get into it today. Thank you for joining us today on Big Boss Energy. Shayna came all the way from New York City just to come sit in my chair. So I'm very, very blessed. But no, I really appreciate it. And I was just telling her this is such a full circle moment because I've actually bought your hair growth oil. I had a little breakage last year and I was like, when I got the email, I was just sitting at home like, I have this product in my bathroom. So it's just so full circle. So I'm really happy that you're here. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
But yeah, let's get into it. You know, you have a very profound story and I'm really excited to just like peel back the layers. I always say that because I feel like everybody gets to see, you know, the big boss or see the brand, but it's like there comes with a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, a lot of things that really build people into that moment. So I like to get into that with my guests. So I would love for you to just kind of introduce yourself, tell everybody where you're from, you know, and start with like, you know, you being like a teen mom and how you know, persevered to becoming that nurse practitioner from that point.
Yeah. So I'm Shayna. I'm the CEO and founder of Bask and Lather Co. And our products specialize in hair growth for women with textured hair. And I was a teen mom. I'm 32. My son is 15 now. I was born and raised in the Bronx. And I think that being a teen mom is one of the things that really helped to propel me forward and never held me back. It's because you have this person that depends on you.
Right.
You know, so you have to go 10 times harder. And when I graduated high school, I graduated with honors. I had my little 1-year-old on my hip. And then I went to college in the Bronx. I got my bachelor's degree. And then I ended up going back for a second bachelor's, accelerated bachelor's in nursing.
Okay.
I became a registered nurse. And while I was working as a registered nurse, I was in school getting my master's. And then I became a family nurse practitioner. And I worked for a family nurse practitioner for about 2.5 years. And then in 2020, COVID came. No patients were coming into the office. So I got deployed to work at my hospital that owned my office. And I acquired COVID. I became very, very ill. Like I was in the back of an ambulance on a non-rebreather mask.
Oh my gosh.
Praying to God to let me live to take care of my kids. Like that's how sick I was. And luckily I recovered. And a few months later, my hair started to shed and thin out. The texture changed. It felt like a Brillo pad. I didn't change the products I was using. I didn't do anything to my hair. And it just started to change. And it was so devastating. And I was like, wow, like, you know, God, thank you. I survived COVID when people are passing left and right. But I was so devastated and hurt about my hair.
Right.
And at this time, nobody knew that COVID hair was a thing, right?
I didn't know. I never knew that. So like, is that one of the side effects, I guess?
It happens to a lot of people. A lot of our customers now to this day, they're getting COVID even now and their hair is affected by it.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So I remember it. I was like, you know what? Let me use the oils that my mom made for my sister.
Right.
Because my younger sister lost all of her hair to ringworm. And
oh, wow.
Yes, initially the doctor said it was dandruff. She didn't get properly treated. So finally, by the time she got a proper diagnosis, her hair was falling out in clumps.
Oh, wow.
And when they figured out that it was ringworm and gave her the antifungals, all of her hair fell out straight from the scalp.
From the antifungals,
from
like
treating
it, basically. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow.
So for weeks and months on end, her hair she had a smooth, shiny, bald scalp. She had to wear a baseball cap to kindergarten. And my mom at the time was living in Pennsylvania, and she was bringing her to New York to see all of these specialists. And they were doing scalp analysis and all these different things. And they were like, we're not sure that her hair is going to grow back. And so my mom really became desperate, and she took things into her own hands, and that's how she created our scalp stimulator oil. She was just trying to whip up natural ingredients that were shown to be efficacious for hair growth, and that's what she did. So fast forward to 2020, when I had COVID and that happened in my hair, I said, you know what, let me start using the oils more consistently. And within no time, like instantaneously, my hair reverted back to normal. It stopped shedding, it stopped breaking, the texture was growing back to normal. So this was around April, May. And I said, we really have to share these products with people.
Yeah.
So fast forward to October, November of 2020. That's when I decided, like, we're going to make this something.
Yeah.
So I was sharing the story on Instagram with my followers, and they were like, I want that. You know, I was showing them the social proof, the before and afters from my sister and myself. And they were like buying it like crazy. Like my Cash App was blowing up.
Yeah.
And from that, we decided to make it an actual business. And I remember my son and I were sitting on the rug in the living room, and I was like, what should we name it? Like, I didn't want anything with hair in it or organic. Like, I wanted something that was like Black girl luxury.
Yeah.
So I was looking for synonyms for like relaxation, and I came up with the word bask.
Okay. Like you're basking in, like, you know, like you're enjoying something, you're basking in it. Okay. I like that.
And then my son, who was 12 at the time, he's like, what about lather? And that's how we came up with Bask and Lather.
Ooh.
And this was December 2020. By March of 2021, the revenue from Bask and Lather was more in 1 month than my 1 year salary as a nurse practitioner. Like, it just took off.
Wow. Okay. So pause there. So what is that moment like, scaling something in 90 days that quickly, right? So I'm sure orders is coming in. Like, did you have family and friends around you helping you pack orders? Like, what was the, you know, the chaos? It's like good chaos, but like, how were you managing this in under 90 days when you didn't plan on necessarily just starting a crazy business, you know, and then you're working full time at this point because you're recovered from COVID. So talk about the balance and like just how that all looked at that moment.
It was a lot. I was exhausted. My mom, my sister, my family, my best friend, everyone would be in my kitchen till midnight, even my son filling oils in the kitchen. And then trying to manage online. I have my mother-in-law helping with customer service. On Sundays, there would be about 10 people in my living room packaging thousands of orders. My whole living room would be full. Literally, the post office was backing up into my driveway and filling up truckloads of packages from my living room.
Yes.
We made our first $1 million in 8 months from the living room.
That is crazy.
Yes.
So how were you actually making the oils at that point? Was it like you and your mom is the OG. We gotta get your mom the props. Because she's like the OG with the, like, she put this together, you know, and you like took it to market essentially. But like, how was your mom feeling through all this? Because it's like something she was just doing to help her kids, and then like now it's like, wow, like, you know, to look at that. Like, what does your mom think about everything?
So it's funny because it was never meant to be a business.
Yeah.
Even between the time that she made the oils for my sister and me using it for myself was about a 6 to 7 year difference.
Oh wow!
So,
it wasn't like back to back.
No. And then we'll talk about this also, but even when I left my job to grow the company more, I used to have to turn my Ring camera off so that she wouldn't see my car was at home in the driveway every day because she didn't know I quit my job.
Yes. Your mom?
Yeah. She didn't know because, you know, I come from a middle class working family.
She wasn't going to just lead a stable situation.
Is like,
I feel that because it takes convincing. When your parents is in a certain age bracket, I feel like it takes convincing to be like, it'll be okay. We can do it. Just trust and believe in me. I got you.
Yes.
But that is so cute that she was hiding the car so she wouldn't see. But no, I'm sure she's so proud now. Like, and just
she's
like,
super proud.
Yeah, that is awesome. So you're packing all these orders in the living room. At what point do you realize, okay, like, this is real. Like, I have to, like, now I'm going to take this serious and I'm going to really, like, try to scale this any way I can. Like,
yes. So we started in December 2020. By March is when I realized, like, it was becoming a lot.
Right.
So we couldn't even keep products in stock. So we were all week filling oils, preparing the products. And then on Sundays, we would restock on Friday. And then Sunday, I would have a living room full of family and friends helping to package orders to get them back out. They do the same thing again next week, filling oils all week, sold out, and then restock on Fridays. And then in March, about 3 months later, it came to me. I was like, I really should see if I could maybe go part-time at work.
Right.
Because at that point, it was like costing me to go to work. And I really couldn't keep up with the demand for the products. And I was like, I have a mortgage, I have a family, you know, like my work is guaranteed. So I was like, all right, I'm going to, you know, try to keep managing the 9 to 5 in the growing business. Yeah. And I went on vacation for my birthday in March, and I came back.
Are you a Pisces?
Yes.
Ooh, Pisces sister in the building. Yeah.
I came back from my vacation, and the day I came back to work from vacation, my new supervisor came to me with a write-up for being 2 weeks late on getting a TDAP. Right, because I'm working with patients.
What is a TDAP?
So it's it's a TDAP just to make sure you're not exposed to not TDAP. I'm sorry. It's basically a skin test, PPD. Sorry, that they do to make sure you weren't exposed to tuberculosis because we're working with patients. Okay. She didn't give. Usually, my old boss would give us reminders. You know, you're due for this by this date. She didn't remind me nothing. She was new. She came to me with a write-up, and I was like, what?
So is that like school? You can't come to work or something?
No, just you get a write-up. You get 3 of them, you're fired.
Oh, wow.
I had never been written up. I used to go to work early, leave late. Like, I was one of those people, right? I was really passionate about being a nurse practitioner. And I was like, wow, like, she wrote me, you know,
Instead of just kind of like talking to me about it or taking a different approach, she's just like, you're on punishment.
And she kept messing with me after this. Like,
you felt like she knew low key something was going
on? No, no one knew. I didn't tell a single soul at work anything about business, nothing. So she kept messing with me. And then a month later, this was in April now, she wrote me up again. There was a patient that was 37 minutes late for their 30-minute appointment. And I was like, look, you know, I have other patients after. I'm not going to be able to see them. The patient wrote a complaint with the hospital that they couldn't be seen even though they were late. Oh, wow. She wrote me up again. 2 strikes out of 3, you're out. So this is April. I was getting ready to close on an investment property at the time. So I said, you know what? God was telling me to go part-time. I was like, no, I'm going to try to wing it. And when I did that, that's when she started messing with me. Yeah. I said, you know what? I'm going to close on this investment property and I'm quitting. I went on vacation at the end of May. I exhausted all of my vacation. June, it was the first Monday in June, was the last day of my vacation. Right. And at 5 p.m. that day, I sent the email that I was quitting effective immediately. I let them know I left my badge, and I had already cleared out my office before I left. Period. And I never looked back. And after I did that, the business just doubled and just went absolutely insane. Yeah. And I felt like God was really moving me because this was a job that I really once loved and would have never thought I was going to leave. And he said, look, if I have to make you move, I'm going to make you uncomfortable. Right. And he did just that. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Right.
I was literally going to ask you, so when you think about how God sometimes redirects us, and it's like this redirection, sometimes it's uncomfortable in that moment, but it's like he has something so much bigger planned for you. Mm-hmm. What advice or like how do you process looking back on that moment? Because, I mean, you know, like a lot of people are juggling like working a job and really stepping out on like becoming an entrepreneur. At what point did you feel like, was it like you took those signs as like the 2 out of 3 strikes as that redirection, or it was more so God like telling you like, and you really stepping out on faith? Like how would you look back at the situation now, and like what advice would you give to people in that predicament who are like, you know, between 2 things?
Before she even wrote me up, my spirit was like, see if you can go part-time, you know, that way you can maintain your career and also the business. Mm-hmm. And no, actually, my spirit told me to quit. And I said in my head, I'm going to go part-time. And as soon as I went against what my spirit told me, I went on vacation, came back, she wrote me up the first time. And I feel that God was saying to me, if you're not going to move, I'm going to move you. And I would really say, 1, don't quit your job without a reliable source of income. The key point here is that when I left my career, the company was already generating more in 1 month what I was making in a year. Right.
So you had that safety net, regardless of, you could always go get another job.
Exactly.
Yes. But there was a certain financial safety net that I definitely 100% agree with that. Sometimes a lot of people are emotional in those places, and it's like there has to be a logic and a strategy also like effectively working for you before you try to make these decisions. Exactly. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So definitely I had, the business to support, and I really just let God guide me, and he did. And literally, so I left the beginning of June, and I think that was our largest, like the revenue from May to June was double.
Double from when the month that you was already made the year salary.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
So that was my confirmation there that, you're moving the way God wants you to move. And literally now, even looking back, like I'm not a person who came in with a business plan. I don't come from a circle of entrepreneurs or a family of entrepreneurs. In every decision I make, I usually let God guide me, and he puts the right people in my corner to help support that, and everything just works out.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So what were you processing in the moment? Like the numbers just keep growing. They're doubling. Is it like, are you like excited? Are you like mind blown? Like this could really even happen? Like what are you
it's crazy
emotionally
to me.
Like, yeah, like how does that feel?
It's crazy to me because, I don't know, it's just like unreal, right? So like even now, like even just looking at my team, like I have a whole team of beautiful Black women. And I'm like, it's just amazing that like, I don't like, money is nice to have, right? Because money gives you freedom and you can buy things and do the things you want. But my goals are like even last year I was like, I want to be able to give my staff 401k and benefits. Like that was my goal. Like I want to make this money to be able to do this. And then January of this year, I was able, all of my staff has 401k with matching and medical, dental and vision coverage. Like those are the goals I like to set. Or I want to be able to add another Black woman with a big salary to my payroll. Like those are the goals that I set, and that's what the revenue from the company allows me to do. There's sometimes it's like a little scary. Like Black Friday, we look at and the Shopify is going crazy, and it's like it's unreal that to move from a career that I was comfortable in, that I thought
was your dream career. You worked so, and it's kind of crazy. Sometimes the things that you come easier to you. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. Like for example, when you go to college and you get a degree and you're studying, and it's like very rigorous, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't do medicine, I did tech, which was a lot easier than anything science related. Obviously it falls under STEM, but when it comes to medicine and nursing, this is a very, very rigorous type of curriculum. So it's just kind of crazy to think like the thing that God had for you was not even as difficult in a sense of how much you had to like put in. It's just like his grace naturally just led you there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, that is awesome. I want to really understand, you're mentioning you have a team and you have Black women that you're able to empower. What is it like building a dream team, right? Like, because that also can be challenging. I know as you're scaling, the one thing that allows people to scale and businesses to grow is having an effective team and systems in place. So talk to me a little bit about like what that was like, and how do you pick the members of your team, or how did you go about that process?
So I would say hiring staff is one of the more difficult aspects of the business, right? Because really what it boils down to is no matter what you do in life, it's work. Even entrepreneurship, a lot of people fail because they don't realize it's work. It's a lot of work. It's hard work.
Yes.
And sometimes even as my own boss, I don't have the freedom I want because I have a whole payroll to feed. Like there's no days off. Even I'm on vacation, I'm with my laptop, I'm working, So really for me, initially when I started the business, it was friends and family, and I quickly realized, yes, it's comfortable to have them, but this is not where you're going to see your true growth, right? These are friends and family. They don't see this as a real job. So last year, January is when I started to hire real staff on the books. They're getting paid, the legal way. And I hired my assistant, and then I hired actual warehouse associates. This year is the first year that I actually hired social media and marketing people. I have my business consultant now who is my mentor, who's a big part of my business as well. So really, I mean, hiring is guessing and firing is knowing. So I've had to fire people along the way for sure. And like the thing about me is I'm a person that I really like to give people chances. So I've had staff that I've let get away with things. I'm fine. Like, all right, like, this is becoming detrimental to my business. I have to let them go. So, but I feel like now I'm at a point, I have an amazing circle, like around me, even the people that are like consultants for my business or the influencers I work with, they're really passionate about the brand. Because of how I was treated as an employee, I'm very, a big thing for me is treating people well. I treat my staff very, very well. I tell them, don't call me boss. Like, we're a team. We all work together. I can't grow this company without you.
Right.
So, it's, there's trial and error and you figure it out. But now I finally feel like we're at a place. We have a good team and amazing things are happening because of it.
Yeah. So when you seem like a very much of a people-like person, you seem like you're all about just, like empowering people. So how does it feel to have a brand that is cosmetic, but you're actually empowering people to feel better or get through certain circumstances in their life? It's not necessarily like, okay, I got to bust down lace frontal today. You know what I'm saying? It's more like this is deriving from a place of like well-being and helping people and individuals,
Yes. So for me, I was never a person that had a big passion for hair care.
Yeah.
I like my hair done. I like to look good. I like to feel good.
Yeah.
But I was not the product junkie that had a whole bunch of products or was always trying new things. So for me, our brand, yes, we're cosmetic and we're hair care, but all of our products are catered towards helping people that are suffering with hair issues or maybe have length retention issues. A lot of our customers are vulnerable. They have alopecia, hair loss, postpartum hair loss, male pattern balding, all of these thin edges, right? So many Black women suffer with thinning edges because we're getting those tight braids and what they do, tear up your edges, right? So our products really help people. Like, you don't need to cover it up. I tell customers, we don't want you to put a wig over your edges. We want you to regrow your edges, right? We want to restore confidence in people. So that's what I think where my nursing ties in. That's why even though as hard as it is, being an entrepreneur and running this growing company, my passion is for helping people, and I'm able to do that through the products.
I was going to ask, do you feel like having a science background and like the nursing, does it like perfectly align with being able to help people in a cosmetic space, but from more of a medical, maybe underlying medical things that are going on? Like, how does that play on each other and your knowledge previously and then this business?
Yes. So two things. One, again, my passion is able to fuel the work that I have to put into keeping the company going, is that I'm so passionate about helping people. Even now, like I have a team, but I'm still in the DMs talking to my customers. Right. Like, I'm so happy, stay in touch, because that's what gives me joy, right? And then in addition to that, because I was in the medical field and not only on the nursing side, but on the medicine side, right? Being a prescriber and a provider, I know that I've seen people are told, oh, there are no other options. And it's not true. They told my mom that my sister's hair would never grow back. Right. And look, her hair's down to her waist. Yeah. 4C hair down to her waist. Wow. Thanks to the products. And her hair was never exceptionally long prior to using the products. Right. She had average hair. So, we're constantly telling our customers, don't give up. And that's why we like to keep our products affordable as well. That way they're accessible. Do not give up on your hair. We don't care what anyone told you. What's the worst thing you could do is give it a try. Yeah. No, I love that. I tried it. Because I'm gonna be honest, like I had been doing leave outs, and I really never really did leave outs. I was more of a protective style girl, and I did leave outs for almost like a year straight, and I really started to see damage in that spot because I kept using heat in the same exact spot over and over again. And I went online and did research, and I'm not gonna lie, it led me to your product. So I'm really, really like, this is so exciting. But no, I love the story. I want to do something fun now with you. So this is like a new thing we doing this season on Big Boss Energy. But I want to do like a this or that with you, like just play a fun game and see like, some of your favorite things when it comes to like hair care and stuff like that. So let me pull up. All right, let's see. Are you ready? Yes. All right. So, would you rather sit for 12 hours to get braids or a 3 hours painful tattoo? 12 hours for braids because I do my braids all the time while I'm working at my desk.
You do your own braids?
No, the braider comes to me.
Period. No, okay. Are you tender-headed or are you not tender-headed?
Not tender-headed.
Okay, cool. I'm super tender-headed. Yeah. Do you know what that stems from? Like, what makes some people tender-headed versus not? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm the type when I'm in the chair, I'm like every 3 minutes, like, please, you're doing it too tight. But, okay. Would you say you prefer short or long hair?
Long hair.
Really? Ooh, so you do bobs, like, you don't get Bobbiana, none of that? You want to do the shortcut?
No, even when I was transitioning my hair from relaxed to natural, it's slow but surely. I couldn't do a big chop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you like with long hair though? Do you like long weaves, or do you like like more so like braids? Like, what's your favorite type of long hair style?
Everything. Ponytails, braids.
You just want the length, the body. Yes.
Whatever.
Okay, cool. Braids or knotless? Sorry, knotless braids or twists?
Knotless braids.
Okay, cool. Edge control or got to be?
Edge control.
Okay, cool. And then, would you prefer a hair wash and reset day or a laundry day?
Oh, I hate laundry.
Oh, me too. I hate laundry. I don't even hate laundry. I hate folding clothes. That's the vice. Yes. It's going to sit on top of the dryer, or the girl, my housekeeper got to come help me with it. Okay, so do you prefer like new like styles, like how we do the frontals and stuff now, or like back in the day, the more natural like type of styles?
I stick with the same things when I get my hair done. I just tried something new. It didn't work out well for me. So the tribal flip over braids. Yeah. I got what I ordered and what I got experience from that.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. No, that is so awesome. Well, I love that you came through today and you dropped some gems. I'm really, really just so proud to see another Black successful woman come through the Big Boss Energy podcast with the energy. You've done this in under 3 years, which is so commendable. And like you said, like the grace of God is just so amazing. I feel like, for anybody watching, like even me, I just think when you really like just trust God, it's just so amazing to see where he could lead you, and oftentimes how much bigger his vision is for anything that you can imagine. So I love that you gotten to experience that, and that you're really helping the community and just, pouring into other people. So I love that for you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.